Complete the debtors collection schedule for the budget period 31st October. Now if I go look, they gave this to me. So, can you see that the totals have been grayed? Can you see this is grayed? Which means you mustn't add it. They're not going to mark it. You're going to waste time adding it. Okay? So now, let's quickly look. First thing, I see, here's my sales. They say 70% of total sales is credit. So I need to still calculate August. So August would be 420 times 70%, and that gives me credit sales of how much? Like that.
Yes.
Okay, now they say goods are sold at a markup, so I must remember that if we do creditors or cost of sales or anything like that. So debtors collection, they say 55% in the month, less 5 discount, and 35 in the month following. So they only give their debtors 60 days to pay. You see that? Okay. So August is 0, September is 1. So nothing in October. September is 0, October is 1. 35% of 315 gives me?
It says 10% after 60 days.
Oh, I didn't see. 10%. Thank you. Okay, so there is 10%, so it's 29400.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Okay. So they are literally not bad debting anything. Can you see there's no bad debts? Okay. So now October is 1, which is 35%, and how much is that?
110, 250.
And now October is 0, so I'm going to times 55, 95. And that gives me
219, 450.
29.
450.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so the next question. Now, can you see what they do is they literally give you the budget. It's already done. But now they left out certain amounts and they ask you to calculate those amounts. Right. So, they say calculate the cash sales for September. Now, what do I know? Credit sales is 70%. So, cash sales is 30%. And cash sales you receive in the month of the sale. Right? Now, September is 450 times 30%, and that gives me 135,000.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next one, they ask me the rent for September. So, if I look here, how can they ask me rent if, oh, rent expense.
Yes.
Rent expense for September, there it is.
They mentioned
But we must look because we don't know anything. So we have to look at the additional information. And the additional says the rent is renewed October each year. The agreement states that the rent will each year increase by inflation plus 5. Okay, so I misread when you guys came to me. So it's 11%, 12%. Because it's inflation is 7 plus 5. So that gives me 12. Okay.
But already gave us the inflated amount.
Yeah, so they give me October is 84. So I know October is 112. Ne? Because it's the normal rent that I'm looking for plus the 12% increase. So what is September?
700.
7?
500. Ma'am,
775.
00.
Yes.
can I ask why? Like the way I did it, I took away the 12
Did you get
from-
7.5?
No.
Then you're wrong. Let me quickly show you. No, but it's true. If you look at this is the rent before the increase, plus the increase gives me the rent after the increase, right?
Yeah.
Before is 100%. The increase is 12. So after is 112.
Ah,
So if I do UK,
no, I did it the other way, minus 12.
okay?
No.
So let's look. Creditors payments for October. So I see on the budget they give me nothing for September, but I need October. So I'm not going to look at that. I'm going to look at my information they give. They tell me stock. Trading stock is maintained through monthly purchases. So what are they saying? That whatever I'm looking for, September, no, October. I'm looking for October's cost of sales. That's what they are saying for me here. Right. 60% are on credit. Creditors are paid in the second month after purchase. So if I want October, ne, it means October is the second month. This would be the first month. So I want to use August. So I'm going to take August sales, 420. I want to work out the cost of sales, which is 100 on 175. I want to work out the credit sales, which is 60.
And I got 1440.
144.
Like, we have to blame her.
Okay.
3.
They can even extra say that you get 2% discount. Then you will still times with 98% also. So this can become quite a long calculation. They can even give you credit sales. And then you have to work it to the total sales, cost of sales,
How did you use that?
credit purchases. But so it can become quite a long calculation. With that one, what you could have done different is, no, you can't.
Yeah.
Because they didn't give you the credit purchases. If they gave you the credit purchases or the payments to creditors or the cash purchases, did they give me cash purchases? Yeah. So if they gave me the cash purchase for August, I can work out the credit purchase for August. But they didn't. So that's the only alternative.
What if it was like now the 30th of October, yeah? And maybe they got it on the 1st of September. So like it's 30 days of September and
No,
30 days of
we do not work with days. We work with the first day and the last day. They will not give you in between
Yeah,
days.
that's what I'm
No,
saying.
yeah, I mean, like, I
you
get it.
start from the 1st of September and end at the 30th
At
of
the
October.
30th of October,
That's
in
60
between
days.
is 60 days.
Yeah. Mm. Where did the 5 come in?
What
What
five?
like,
You said, what if they give it the 5th of September, then it's 3 months?
Okay, then, okay, I was just tweaking.
Yeah.
But can I assume that September's amount is from the 1st of September?
Yeah.
And October's amount is on the 30th of October, which means it's 2 months. in between.
No, you know it's not how it works. You are trying to get your wrong answer to be right.
But that's
No,
what makes
no,
you-
stop. Stop. They didn't tell you first or second. Remember with budgets, you work with the whole month.
And that whole month is at the end.
So if you look at this, they say you're going to pay here what you bought 2 months back. So if you go on the calendar, 2 months back is August. You're not going to go, oh, this was the 1st of September and that, because that 450 is everything they purchased during the month. So part of it might be the 1st, but the other part might be the 20th, and then so you can't do that assumption. Okay, let's go. The increase in loan. Now with this loan, they give it a little bit weird. They say here, but I need you guys to start paying attention to headings. So can you see F says additional loan? So they want you to use this information to calculate the additional loan. They're giving you a tip. So now they say the business decided to take out an additional loan on 1st October 25. 50% of the loan, meaning I can calculate 50% and then I need to double it, because I want the full loan, will be used to pay 25% balloon payment on the newly constructed production plant. So I need to get the 25% of the construction, then I know that 25% is 50% of the loan. Then I times it with 2. So now let's see. They say construction will complete it, blah, blah, blah. They do not tell me how much. They only tell me a balloon payment of 25% is due the 1st of October. Now, if I go look, 1st of October, they don't give me. Can you see? They don't give this to me. So what am I going to do? I'm going to work out the interest.
What, ma'am?
No.
Isn't it they give you months? They give you months.
Oh yeah, they didn't give me
The
percentage.
plant was paid over 18 months.
Okay, thank you. So the plant was paid over 18 months. The last payment will be 30 September. So there's the 2.5. So if I take the 2.5, I times it with 18, then I get,
45.
and that 45,000, do you agree with me, it's 75%.
Yes.
And I want the 25%. And that gives me what?
15%.
15.
Yes.
And that 15 times 2 gives me the loan.
30,000.
Do you guys understand what I did?
Yes.
They say the balloon payment is 25% of what we owe. So if I pay back 2.5 for 18 months, it means I paid back 45,000, which is 75%, because I still owe 25%. And that's why I do the UK. Then I get the 25% is 15,000. Meaning actually this building cost me 60,000. You understand that? So now that 15, they tell me it's 50% of the loan. So 50%, or instead of saying times 2, I can say times 100 over 50. Okay. Next one. 1.3, they say.
Oh, shut up.
Hey, we are recording, ma'am. Just for your info.
Tell him to leave me alone.
Move to that chair.
That's too much, right?
This is the type of thing I deal with grade 9s.
Because you didn't do it well.
What does it make her grade 9? And what are you, the bully in grade 9? Yeah. Tembi, nuwe geld. By the way, so now it's the part where we comment. So they say Tembi affected changes to the income policy from October. Explain the change in the income policy implemented. So income would be nominal, ne? Implemented with effect from October 25. So they want me to go to info H. So if I go to info H, so So my income will consist of sales and service charge income. So service charge income is your fee income. You rendered a service. So a lot of shops have got both parts, especially like a hairdresser. She delivers a service, but she also sells products. A clothing shop, they deliver a service by fixing the clothes, but that's not their main source of income, is selling the clothes. So, but they've got both incomes. Now, if I look at this, can you see September we budgeted for sales 450, but October we actually budgeted a 150 more. And the same with the service, we budgeted more. Can you see that? So now let's quickly read the question again, because if I look at the actual, can you see the actual totally changed, and that is her decision. So the actual will reflect her decision. What happened in the end is that the sales is less than what she budgeted, but the service charge is more. Because what year is it? 2025, and we all know our country is in a recession. So a lot of people will rather fix than buy new. Okay, so how will we answer that? We will say the actual sales of 450 is less than budgeted 600. Okay? The actual service charge of 675 is more than budgeted 400. She made, or he made, more money, more income through services than sales. Okay. I would just put that sentence extra. But I think you'll get full marks because you wrote those ones. The next question, comment, and now comment on the control over bad debts and consumable stores. Now, the moment you control something, you can't just see, oh, something went up, so that's bad control, or something is less, so that's good control. You can't do that. You have to go see. The moment they talk control, you make a link and you get a percentage. So what is the link and what's the percentage? The most easiest one is you link advertising with sales. Because why do you advertise?
To sell.
To sell. So if your budget, your advertising is 2% of sales, then your actual must also be 2% of sales. You see? So if it then suddenly is 7% of sales, then it's not good control. You get what I'm saying? You can't just see that it increased. So now, what am I going to do? Bad debts, please stop talking. Bad debts will go with my sales, and consumable stores will go with my fee income. Because we usually assume that your consumable stores is the thing that you use to render the service. Okay, so now let's quickly look. We budgeted for bad debts 48,000 on the sales Do you think that service charge is also on credit? Did they say anywhere that that's also on credit? I know the sales is on credit, but they don't say anything about the service charge. So this is a grey area. So most probably the memo will make provision for both. So I will put it on the sales, 600,000 times 100, and that gives me what percentage?
Oh,
And I'll do the same with what actually happened. The 18,000. Can you see now, your first thing is to say, oh, it's less, so it's good. But you can't because your sales is also less.
I mean, the services are cash.
Yeah, the services is cash. Where did you see that? Oh, okay, in the cash budget it's only cash. Okay. So that's why we only take the sales. And the sales is 450. So what is the budgeted percentage? And what is the actual percentage? Anybody? 8%, and this one? 4%. Can you see it's well controlled? Ne?
Because
Yeah, no, it didn't decrease, it's less.
less.
Yeah. The actual 4% on sales is less than budgeted 8% on sales. So you'll get your marks for the link for mentioning sales and for the percentage. Does it make sense? And I can tell you, you will never have enough space to write, so you make plans. So this is my plan. I've got space under here, so I'm going to continue consumables here.
The customer's just.
Yeah. No, but you have to get used to how they do it. So now I'm going to do the same with consumables, but consumables I'm going to link with service. Okay? And can you see it also went up? Ne? But let's see if the percentage is still the same. So if I look at consumables, I'm going to take the 50,000, put it on the fee income of 400 and get a percentage. And I'll do the same with the actual 135 over 675. And what do you get?
12.5 and 20%.
20.
Yes.
So this is not well controlled. Why? The actual 20% on service charge is more than 12.5% budgeted on service charge. Is that all? The exercise done?